I'm Ali from Tarot Romance, here with your New Year horoscopes, taroscopes, and or at least that's what I originally intended. I had an impulse today to do everyone's New Year taroscopes, but then I thought it's not just New Year when it's your New Year, is it? It could be your birthday, and when it's your birthday and it's your solar return, that's the start of your new year. As also when your astrological new year, when your sun comes over your rising sign here, over the ascendant into your rising sign. So you could be watching for your rising sign, and I advise that you do. Goes into your first house. That's the start of your whole astrological new year. So with that in mind, I have just created a very simple spread. I usually prefer simple spreads. I think there's a hell of a lot of information. There you go. And we're going to think about your focus for the year, romantic themes of the coming year, what you need to let go of, what you need to embrace. Yeah? I mean, it looks simple, but if we need to unpack some of the cards, we need to seek clarification, then I will do that. And the other new thing I'm doing, experiment-wise, is I'm going to do this in groups of 4 videos for the elements. So fire, earth, air, water. I will still do the signs separately within those videos, but I will timestamp them. It just makes it a lot easier for me to upload, but yeah, I will timestamp them so you can fast forward to your video. What else do you need to know? If it resonates, please like, please subscribe. It will give me a lot of a kick up the butt to do more and more of these videos. Obviously, it's not going to resonate maybe with everybody. These are general readings. I may be speaking to some, and maybe not for others. Fair enough. If it doesn't work, then I'm not the tarot reader for you. But if it does resonate with you, please like, please subscribe, and I'm well more likely to do them every month. Gemini, let's get on. How Gemini have the best year yet? Focus. Ooh, romantic thing. Let go. Well, what an incredible spread, Gemini. Oh my God. Your focus is justice. You have 2 major arcana. Okay. Oh, I'm not even showing you. Can you see? Yeah, 2 major arcana. This is justice. Sign of balance. So maybe your focus coming into the year is about balance, is about where, I mean, it could be legal matters on your mind, it could be paperwork you are scrambling to get sorted, and something could be overtaking your mind that could be to do with a legal matter, whether you are claiming for something in the small claims court, or you have a big, I don't know, you're a witness for something, or you've had a car accident, or you've been on holiday and you're claiming for something, whatever. There is possibly something to do with the courts, and if not, then you want justice for something in your life. Where you, in your mind, you're not being treated fairly. Something hangs in the balance. There could be a decision that you're waiting to hear on by somebody out there, whether it's an employer or something to do with this legal matter, or a partner, or someone you need on your side for any reason, is making a decision about you now. It could be a huge decision that your life could hang in the balance, or it could be a small decision, you know, whether, well, I was going to say, whether you're suitable to adopt a dog. That's quite a big decision, really, isn't it? Yeah. Break my heart if I was turned down for that. So yeah, there is something you're waiting to hear on, and I cannot tell whether this is going to go in your favor or not. It may not. It may be that you may get the decision you want, or you may not get the decision that you want to hear. But what I do know with justice here is that it will be the right decision for you. You might not feel it at the time because your heart may be set on it going one way and it may go the other. But you will look back later on in the year and go, oh, thank God that happened. That was the right decision. That's the reason I'm not going to clarify this card. I could clarify and say, oh, the decision that is going to be made is going to be the right decision for you, Gemini. Whether that's to do with this legal thing, or it's to do with your love life, it's to do... This is the focus as you come into the year. You're looking for balance. Your romantic themes, Gemini. This is also ruled by Gemini. This is your card. These are lovers. So there's no getting away from it. Whichever way you look at this, love is, and romance and relationship is a big part of this year. Hurrah! And this could be a magnificent love affair that makes you happy in so many areas, and just you both go from leaps to bounds and have a wonderful romance and live happy ever after. Oh, I know why it looks like I'm looking down, because I'm looking at the laptop with the picture on the happy ever after. It could be that for a lot of you. So if you're single and there is nobody on the horizon, be happy. There is a huge romance coming. Huge. Others of you, it is ruled by Gemini. This card means choice. One of the reasons, one of the meanings of the card is meaning choice. So this year you could have a choice between two lovers. You could have a choice whether to get into a relationship or whether to stay and figure out the male and female aspects of yourself and enjoy being alone. Just because a relationship comes along doesn't mean that you are going to jump into it. There could be many reasons why you feel it's not right for you. So I just want to give you all sides of this. The other probably less exciting side is that you could be involved with someone that already is involved with somebody else. Sometimes there's three people when the lovers comes up. So you could have a choice whether to hang around when you're part of a spare wheel, when the person you're with is already in a relationship, or maybe you're the one that's actually married to your partner who's having an affair with somebody else. I don't know. This can work all different ways, and if you're cross-watching, that's too confusing to even try and put it from your perspective. But yeah, you could be one of could be three people in a relationship, and you have to decide. You're either gonna get out, or you're gonna get rid of the other person. But you ultimately have to do what makes you feel happy and satisfied. You don't want to be carrying heartache around with you, and you don't want to be a third wheel. You're worth way more than that, Gemini. So love is a huge focus this year, whichever way you look at it. And for some of you, this could be just the love of your life just coming into your life and bowling you over, and ignore the other stuff I just said about 3 people, because it doesn't have to be that way. It could be so all-encompassing. It's the most important aspect of your entire year. Marvelous. Because I thought that was embrace. This is let go. It's interesting. Ace of Wands. So this normally means new starts, but it's in the position of what you need to let go of. It's also very phallic. So if you are having an affair with someone and it's purely based on sex, and this is all about sex, I would say this is a relationship you need to get go of, because it's not going anywhere. I mean, not that I've got anything against sex, but that is all this is based on in that case, if that is you, and there's no love lost there if you split up. You need to let go of the need to be first. You need to let go of the need to be always right. You need to let go of having to be at the top, because what you're looking for is satisfaction and being happy. It's really weird for the Ace of Wands to come up in let go of this, so I'm struggling a little bit. But you were possibly thinking of going in a direction, brand new direction, that your heart wasn't really in, that you knew, that you know isn't really right for you, but you were possibly doing it to please somebody. You were possibly trying to do something that didn't feel right for you, and that's what you've got to let go of. I think if you're watching this, you might know what I'm talking about, because I certainly don't right now. You could have to let go of the fire sign, who's promising you the earth, but it's all talk and no materialization. Maybe you're not going to start a new business with someone. Maybe, I mean, whatever you let go of, something better will come in its place. So you have to be brave enough to let go of something that you know in your heart of hearts is just talk and doesn't have any foundation. You need to, but having said that, here's a fire sign that you do need to embrace. Confused I am. Yeah, so we have the Knight of Wands. So maybe a younger man, depending on how old you are. Charging. You need to embrace what sets you alight, what creatively sets you alight, and go after that rather than a false start. And it could mean another fire sign. There's a lot of fire here, Gemini. So it could be a person. But this person is action orientated. This person gets things done. So if you have a choice with the Lovers against someone that's all talk and things that fizzle out, and somebody that actually gets things done and achieves and means what they say, then that's the person you need to be with. But as far as you are concerned, Gemini, you need to follow your heart. You need to follow your passion. whether that's a creative project or a new job or even moving. This could be traveling or moving. And I think say yes to the move that you're thinking about. I think if that lights you up, then do it. Whatever the struggles, do the move, travel. And don't stay with someone just because of the sex. And justice will prevail. Right, Gemini. Okay. Next air sign, are we going to talk about Libra? Libra. How can Libra have their best year yet? It's into the year. Oh, romantic themes of the year. Let go of this. Embrace this. Oh. Oh, we've already had someone that had. Okay, Libra. Focus in the coming year is you're thinking of walking away. Walking away from a situation that you're not actually content in emotionally. Whether that's work that doesn't set your heart on fire. Even though you may be doing well as far as other people are concerned, or from the outside, you're not content, or it's a relationship that possibly looks fine from the outside. There's something in you that is, I'm not saying you're definitely going to move away. This is the focus as you come into the year, so you're definitely thinking about it. It's definitely on your mind. It's definitely possibly a good idea, looking at the rest of your cards. Because when you walk away, you will be happier. But you do really need to be in alignment before you do that. I mean, in alignment with your inner being. Because if we just walk away all the time, I'm guilty of doing this loads of times in my life. When we're unhappy, however, we take ourselves with us. And then we just repeat those patterns. New people, new faces, but same patterns. So meditate every day for at least 20 minutes, Libra, on nothing, just to get your thinking mind out the way and just to listen to the clock or the air conditioning, so that you can, your inner being can control the show, who you really are. And then walk away. Walk away happy with yourself, in alignment with yourself, not out of because you're so unhappy. Don't be focused on what you're leaving. Of course, and that applies whether it's a relationship we're talking about, or maybe a work situation, or a living situation, or any other situation. You're moving away from something to something better though, as we move into the year, so that's all good. Temperance. Oh, I don't like this card. Temperance. Romantic themes of the coming year. Balance. No extremes. We're going to find some balance this year. We're going, I said I didn't like this card. I didn't mean it that it's a bad card. It's just, it's kind of wishy-washy to me. But, you know, balance in the sense of we're not going to get so crazy that we get so drunk that we're lost in the middle of the street and don't find our way home. We're going to I'm not suggesting any of you are going to do that. I'm just sort of saying the themes of balance with temperance. Romantic things, if you are going to walk away from something because something wasn't quite right, but you're looking for something better, I think you will find some balance. Balance within yourself, definitely, but which will open the doors once you're in alignment with your inner being to meeting the right person for you. But the same as if you're walking away from a job, you will open the doors to a situation that you will give of yourself, and you will be replenished so that it will fulfill you. But we're focusing on romance with this card. You have an opportunity here to find a relationship that does give you as much as you give it, that is balanced, especially if you are focused on being responsible for your own happiness, is what I'm getting. Being responsible, which is what I mean, meditating will help with that, getting in alignment with your inner being so that you replenish yourself and you don't need another person to do that. And when you do meet another person, it will be because you are both seeing the inner self of each other, and you are just enjoying each other's company. You're not wanting to take or needing to take anything from each other. So there's an equal amount of give and take in romance this year, or at least a real good opportunity to find a romance that is with your equal, which is nice. You're asked to let go of the world, which is a bit of a big ask, and someone else just got this recently. You've been asked to tie up a project, something you've been working on, and maybe it's this that you are walking away from, and was the world to you, and it's time to let it go. It's also time to tie up that project that you are dragging your feet over and for some reason unable to let it go. You need to let it go. You're stalling on something, but there is no way your new life, the doors can open to your new life until you close the door on your old one. What is that saying? You have to lose sight of the shore before you can reach other land. I don't know. Put it in the comments. I've forgotten the saying, but you have to let go of the shore before you can find other lands. You are being asked to let go of something. Wow, maybe it is your country. Maybe you are traveling. Maybe you're having to let go of a trip you were going to take. Maybe with the person you walked away from. But you are being urged to tie up something and shut the door on it because you've done everything you can with that enterprise, that person, that part of your life is over, and you want to open the door on the next one. So it needs to be complete, which is the world completion. And you need to embrace being truly who you are, being brave enough to be truly who you are, to be the original individual of who you are. And that means the work that you really want to do, the people you really want to be with, the lovers that you deserve. Everything in your life needs to be an expression and an extension of who you are, your friends, where you live. You are being urged to embrace what you really want, not what other people think you should want, not what you thought you really should at this certain time in your life, or at this age, or where from the background that you're from, or the education, or whatever it is your circumstance, and wherever it is you live, there's something that you need to let go of conventional attitudes, and those people around you, whether it's your parents, whether it's your friends, whether it's family, whether it's your neighbors, whether it's the society at large, and embrace. This is what you need to embrace: who you really are, the individual in you, and stand up and say, this is who I am, and this is what I'm going to do, and do it. Honestly, that's quite an exciting year, I think, Libra. Seriously. Oh, okay. Aquarius. How can Aquarius have their best year yet? Your focus, romantic themes, let go of this, embrace this. Look at all these women, Aquarius. Whether you're male or female, there's a lot of women in this spread. Okay, your focus for the coming year is it's either spending a lot of time at the beach, sounds fabulous, go for it, or it's a water sign. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Male or female, this is a general reading. Or maybe on holiday, somewhere nice and hot as you move into this year. Maybe you're missing a water sign, or somebody with water in their chart. Let's not be all. Somebody that likes the sea. Maybe you've met a water sign as you move in, or maybe you're missing someone. But this is where your attention is. It's either it's on what is the word? Commitment in a partnership, because this sign is very committed, and creativity and compassion and romance in a partnership. Or seriously, you've been at the beach. And the romantic themes are the Empress, and that is absolutely wonderful, and she's ruled by Venus, and she's really creative, and you could be giving birth, or your partner could be giving birth. Seriously, the romantic themes of this year are giving birth. This is such a nurturing sign, and if it's not, then you could be focusing on motherhood, or you could be adopting, or you could be giving birth to a creative project, but it's heavily involved with your partner, because this is your romantic themes of the coming year. So if you are single, you are thinking about someone, or thinking about partnership in general, or wanting to be in a committed partnership, I think this is what's going to happen this year, because this is such an amazing card of nurturing, and of being blessed with everything around you, and abundance, and nature, and animals, and creativity, and love. This is ruled by Venus, this card. So Aquarius, you are famously afraid of intimacy. That's not fair, I know, for all Aquarians, but that, as you know, the sign Aquarian is about friendship, and they're a bit like scared of intimacy. I think this might be the year that you find it, or somebody finds you and teaches you, and you're less afraid of intimacy, and the relationship could actually start and blossom this year. Or if you've been estranged from someone, it could actually get stronger and closer and work out. I mean, these are two beautiful cards of love and nurturing and commitment. And yet, there's another card of nurturing. I mean, this is pretty much the minor arcana card of the Empress, and yet you're being asked to let go of this. So the Queen of Pentacles could be asked to let go of a business, or a mother figure, or mothering somebody, or working hard for somebody else with no thanks, or looking after someone, or if you're very young, moving away from your mother, leaving your mother somewhere. Maybe you're moving country, because I cannot see that. Or maybe you let go of the earth sign and embrace the either the air sign or the water sign. Or earth, well, that could also be an earth sign. So yeah, am I confused? Yeah. So what does let's open this card up. Let go of, clarify the Queen of Pentacles for Aquarius, please. So now we've got temperaments. So maybe this, you're being asked to stop, let go of sitting on the fence, sitting in your throne, and letting somebody do all the work, and not really moving on. I mean, that could be true, because what you're asked to embrace is work of some sort. Work that you are actually expert in. Work that you will eventually get accolades for. But that you've been shy of doing because you're quite content and you haven't really had to bother for some reason. Maybe for some of you. But you are being asked to embrace work that actually sets you on fire, work that you're really good, and people will come and admire. Work that you're the expert in, and you may be afraid for a variety of reasons that that you've been stubborn, but you're being asked to jump in and embrace it. I'm still not sure what you've been asked to let go of, so I'm going to ask again. Clarify the Queen of Pentacles. Let go. Something stable. You got the Four of Wands. You're being asked to let go of one partner in preference for another. And it almost looks like you're being asked to leave behind something that looks kind of stable. So I don't want to sit here and say you have to leave your husband or wife, because, but with all these women, which in a general reading could also be all these men, all these people, I think you will know what I'm talking about, in that And in fact, maybe there's no, you're friends with all of them, but there's one that you are staying with just because it's comfortable, but it's not really where your heart lies. Or when I say staying with, you are in communication with all the time, but you're not taking the risk to be where you really ought to be. When you start doing this, the work that you're meant to do, that you know in your heart of hearts you can, when you take the risk to follow your heart regarding your work, I think this will sort itself out. Because there is love available, Aquarius, and maybe you're afraid. Well, I said earlier that Aquarians are notorious for their fear of intimacy. Maybe you're staying with someone that just feels safe because you're afraid of that real intimacy with the person that is available for you. I don't know if they will be forever, but they are right now if you took the risk. Alright. Oh, thanks. If you want a reading that is less vague and is actually pertinent to your situation, then please contact me, Ali at tarotromance.com. Tarotromance.com is my website. I will leave the details below. Click the links. You can we can have a proper reading. Thanks for watching.